It is known that homosexuality is punishable by law in some nations in the Middle East and the Gulf states. Some of this region's governments even went as far as developing methods and protocols to detect homosexuality among people entering their borders. Meanwhile, in Israel, many seem appalled by these latest moves, harming the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender community.
Those legislations, or soon-to-be legislations in the Gulf countries, it doesn't seem very realistic or feasible to me. But it is a part of an ongoing assault against LGBT all throughout the Arab Muslim world. In Iran itself, there were more than 4,000 executions of LGBTs since the Islamic Revolution.
I find the idea scary that they think you can test medically if someone's gay. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but I've never heard of this test, and I wonder how they would go about doing that. I also find it scary from sort of the societal point of view of why they want to test this, what is their intention behind it. It seems to me to be segregating people by their sexuality. So I find the whole idea of it quite scary.
Personally, I'm dead against it. Everyone has their own rights. Everyone has a right to be who they are. As long as you're not disturbing the peace and causing a problem, why should it matter who you are and what your background is? They should be keeping out a lot worse people in terrorists and organizations more than people who are consider themselves gay. That's my personal view. It's
basic human rights, I guess, for a person to not be judged by his sexual preference. It's a culture thing, and I guess it will take time before they change their whole perceptions.
Many believe that banning homosexuality and passing laws to prohibit it will only deteriorate the world's image of the Middle East, and more specifically, of the Gulf states.
I feel that it plays into people's perceptions of the Middle East, unfortunately. I come from the UK, and a lot of people still equate the Middle East with sort of religious conflict and intolerance. And from having visited myself now to Tel Aviv, this is not the experience I find at all. But unfortunately, this kind of legislation will make people internationally continue to see the Middle East in that way.
It doesn't give the Middle East a good reputation, and the Arab Spring, which occurred in the last years, is very Islamistic in essence, and that doesn't unfold as a good news toward LGBT people all around the Arab Muslim world.
It makes the image of the Arab countries in the Middle East worse in that scenario, which maybe is good for Israel because we still remain the only neutral one in those concerns.
Israel is often referred to as the gay capital of the Middle East. It not only accepts homosexuality, but often celebrates it.
Israel is a whole different story in the Middle East sphere. It's Western, it's modern, and although we have some issues with inequality, like gay marriage, it's still a very gay-friendly country and state, especially Tel Aviv, which was crowned as the gay capital of the world at least once.
Tel Aviv is a very tolerant city, it's a very gay-friendly city. Gay community is a part of us.
I would like to stress that our hearts in Israel goes out to those people that live under those regimes.
The city of Tel Aviv allocates about $500,000 a year to gay-friendly activities. In addition, one of the leading candidates for mayor in Tel Aviv's upcoming municipal election is openly gay as well. This is a city which often serves as a safe haven for many sexual minorities in the region. And with this latest reported news of anti-gay tactics in some of Israel's neighboring countries, this Middle Eastern democratic state exemplifies a different approach. For JN1, I'm Sivan Raviv, Israel.